Hello job seekers, Melanie here with CGL Recruiting. And today I want to talk with you about setting goals in your job search. And I have to credit this video with BJM, which is the Between Jobs Ministry. This is a local organization close to where I am in the Houston, Texas area, and they do wonderful work assisting job seekers. And one of the things that I heard from one of the leaders of BJM was an analogy, and that was in regards to how you set goals for your job. Now your job search, I should say. There are lots of different ways to track your progress on your job search. There's some that, of course, charge money for you to put it in there in a certain format. Some of those are good, but there's also just some templates out there that you can do it using like an Excel spreadsheet. But it's important to know if you're making progress in your job search. And remember, everybody should always think that if you don't have a plan, then your goals are really just wishes. I'm sure you've heard that quote before, and it is so incredibly true for your job search. But here's what I thought was incredibly impactful that this person said during this meeting. He used the analogy of your goal setting. You need to think of it more like a baseball game. The goal, yes, your overarching long-term strategic goal is to find your next amazing job and have the most wonderful career. But if that is your sole goal in your job search, you're going to find yourself getting down into too many lows and disappointed too much. You have to think about what are all the different things that have to happen to get you to that overarching goal. And so he related it to a baseball game. And he said, when you think about a baseball game, it's the singles, it's the doubles, it's the triples, and it's even the home runs that win the game. And so the best way for you to set goals for your job search is to think not only what's your final end goal, but what's your single, what's your double, what's your triple. What is some smaller goals that you can set for yourself, and maybe they're daily, maybe they're weekly, but set yourself some smaller goals, and there's some stretches in there like a triple, but set those goals so you actually feel internally too that you are making progress. If you just have this one lofty goal, the issue can become that you do this all over the place. Well, should I be working on this? Should I be working on this? What's my plan? How am I going to do this? And it's not structured enough for you to make progress. You end up getting stuck in analysis paralysis on your resume. You get to one day you're just sitting behind the computer all day reading the LinkedIn feed. You have to break this down into smaller goals. So what are some great small goals that you can have? Well, remember, you should have a balanced job search. It's not all about one piece. So is your resume and your cover letter and your thank you, are those basics important? Yes, you can have those as goals, but you need to go further of what research can I do on companies around me that have positions that I would be interested in? What additional people can I network, either through an industry networking group or a location-specific networking group? How can I connect and try to broaden out my network? What potential volunteer work can I do that's going to gain me a new skill or set me up for success within my industry or profession? There's lots of little goals that you can set and know that you're making progress on your job search every day without having to feel like at the end of the day, you didn't land that job and therefore your day was not worthwhile. That's so not true, job seekers. So my challenge for you after watching this video is, if you have not yet figured out what your smaller goals are, and I think you should have some daily and you should have some weekly. And if you haven't figured out what those are, then I think that's your homework. Figure out what those are that you think best support your overarching job search. Now, you know how I always am like, let's help each other out. I would love to hear from all of you. Put in the comments below so I, my team, and the rest of the job seekers watching this video can see what are some of your daily goals, what are some of your weekly goals, what are your monthly goals, if you have those, that you put in place for you to support your job search. Hang in there, job seekers. I know we're in November 2020 right now, and I know it's hard times, but this is the same type of skills you're going to use for any job search that you do along the path. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.